the show where we talk about the latest in terms of research, events, and news from the world of localization. My name is Sarah Hickey. I am your host, and I have a very special guest with me today. I want to say old friend, Marina Ilari, CEO of Terra Translations. We met 2 years ago at Gala, so it's really nice to catch up today. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it is very nice. I feel like we met not that long ago, but at the same time, it was kind of long ago. I don't know. But yeah, it was really nice meeting you, and I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you here because I follow all of your stuff on all the social media channels, and I keep seeing videos from you and from your team, and you guys are always so creative. So super happy. And I want to kind of call you like a semi-external or semi-internal Nimzonian as well, because I mean, you're not part of Nimzy officially, but we are collaborating on at least one topic here, which is what we're talking about today. For those maybe out there who don't know, so we at Nimzy, we don't just do market research and consulting, but we also offer e-learning courses. This is like the latest addition to all of the different services that we offer. And on our website, there's a special Nimzy learning page, and your course is one of the best performing ones there as well. So you've done a course for us that is actually free. So anyone who's listening, take the course. It's free. You have nothing to lose, and it's fantastic because Marina, you have so much to offer. You're a very good presenter. Like I said, your videos are always amazing. So I'm already promoting your course heavily, but we haven't mentioned what it is about. So maybe we should do that first. How about we start actually with a little introduction video that we have from the course.
Hi, I'm Marina Ilari. So you are a great translator and you are ready to take on new clients. How do you go about finding the right clients? This might not be something that you learned at school. I certainly didn't. My experience came from over 15 years in the translation profession, learning from my mistakes, learning from my successes, and I also had the honor of interviewing over 140 translators through my translation podcast. I truly believe in learning from our colleagues. I think that's a great way to advance in our career. And in this course, I hope to give you some practical tips so that you can sell your services as a freelance translator. See you there.
Nice.
That's the course.
Yeah, fantastic. So I like what you said there about learning from your colleagues, because I mean, my own experience as a translator and interpreter is very limited. I have a degree in both, but even in that little time, I already noticed how important it is to have a very close network, be part of the community. So maybe we can talk about that a little bit, kick it off there.
Sure, yeah. So I see when I made that video, we had done 140 interviews through En Pantuflas, the podcast, and that I do with Paola, my co-host. We are 160 now, so it's kept going now for 4 years. And I think that's one of the things that inspired me the most, because I've been talking with so many amazing colleagues in the translation and interpreting professions that do incredible things, either by specializing in certain areas or providing different types of services within the linguistic realm of translation and interpreting. So it's been really eye-opening for me. I've been in the industry for a pretty long time, like mid-2000s. I was already working full-time as a translator. But then again, I keep learning new stuff and new paths a translator or an interpreter can follow. And it's been fascinating to learn all this. And I was really hoping to share some of that knowledge through this course.
Fantastic. And yeah, you already mentioned there the beginning of your own career, maybe just as a way of introduction as well, which we totally skipped. So I'm really sorry. I'm a bit all over the place today. But can you tell me a little bit about or us a bit about your own background as a translator, maybe the path that you took as well to get to where you are now?
Now? Okay. For a moment, it was frozen. Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm a translator. I trained as a translator, and my mother is also a translator. So she's my mentor throughout my career. She's, in fact, the founder of Terra Translations. I joined as a CEO a little over 3 years ago. But yeah, she's been an amazing mentor to me throughout my career. And one of the things that I talk about in the course is also finding that mentorship. It could be a colleague, it could be someone who is doing already something that you want to be doing. And it doesn't have to be someone you're working with directly. I mean, if you can work with them directly, amazing. But it could also be someone that inspires you and that, you read what they're doing, you follow what they're doing. There are people in our industry that write books, that write blogs, that do podcasts, and there are so many amazing resources. So I think finding those people that are doing what you already want to be doing and sort of following their career path and learning from what they share is an amazing way to advance in your career.
Absolutely. And so where did you go from there? So you were saying your mom already set up the company and you joined and you were trained as a translator.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, did you have your own beginning then as a translator in the company as well? Or how did that work for you?
Yeah, I did. So it's interesting because I think I did all of the different roles within the company. I did, starting like I was doing translations, I was doing proofreading, I was doing quality control. Like I was very involved with the linguistic side of the business.
Mm-hmm.
And then little by little, I started moving towards the operations. So doing more project management, doing some, multilingual quality control. So different roles within the company. And then for many years, I was the managing director. So I was very involved in operations. And now as a CEO, I'm more involved with relationships, basically, like client relationships and relationships with our team members. And yeah, and also many other things, which I am glad I have great people in my team that are experts in this. Like, the whole financial aspect of the company, which as a CEO, you have to be really on top of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really great because you've really, like you said, taken the different steps. You started as a translator, looked at the linguistic side, then the operational side, and up, basically went for you. So that gives you that all-round view really on the situation as well.
I think it's really good to have that bird's eye view of the industry as a translator, but also as in any role really in the industry. It's really important to see the whole picture and see how the industry works, and it really helps you with the work that you do. But I'm a translator by training, and I think, always a translator. Like I'm a translator at heart. Like even though I'm running a company and I'm working as a team with some amazing team members, like I'm a translator. Like I love being involved in the linguistic side of things, and I am. I try to be also.
That's really great to have both sides there in combined for you. So. Coming back to your course on our Nimzy learning website, what inspired your course? Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we're really not trained in university at school is running your own business. And the truth is the majority of translators and interpreters work as independent contractors. Mm-hmm. And you are basically running your own business. Yes. And like you're not trained for that. You're not trained for how do I find clients? How do I keep clients happy? How do I, make this business work long term? So that's really mainly the inspiration of the course is sharing about how you can find these clients that are a good fit for you, and retain them through time. So it's not about, translation, the profession of the like the linguistic side of things, but rather like the business side of things. Like, how do I make this work as an independent contractor?
Yeah, because that's so important. I mean, you can be the best translator in the world, but if no one can find you, if you have no clients, then there's no point. So
exactly, yes, you have to find these right clients, or they have to find you, but you need to have a strategy in place for that to happen, right?
Yeah, and exactly as you said, when I was doing my courses, both for translation and for interpreting, I mean, they were excellent courses. And actually in the interpreting one, we did a tiny bit also about the business side. But still, there's, of course, the courses are very short, and it's already a lot crammed into, like, my interpreting one, for example, just using as, it's not the same, but, same idea, was a year. So there's a lot to cram into a year already. And similar for translation as well. You barely have the time to also address the business side. But yeah, the business side is so important, because then otherwise you walk out of the university with a degree in your hand, super happy. And then you go like, well, so what's next? What do I do now?
The thing is, a lot of translators, and I include myself in this category, like, we don't like to sell. Like, that's scary to most of us, like going out and selling our services. Like, you prefer to be passive and have people find you magically and offer you this amazing opportunity. But the reality is, as running your own business, you have to have a strategy also. How are you going to sell? How are you going to have people finding you? So I really hope this course gives some like practical ideas, like practical things that you can do in order to have that happen. But yeah, I think I see it a lot. Translators, like, we think that's like a bad word, selling, and it's scary. It doesn't have to do with our art, and
Yeah, and I think that's it too. Even from the perspective, we as linguists, whether you're a translator or interpreter, you don't go in it for the business side. You go in saying, yeah, it's my art, it's my passion, and you just work on your craft, basically. Yeah, being a better translator, a better interpreter. And you don't really care, and you don't really want to deal with the business side. Like you said, you don't want to sell. And then if you do, you don't know how to sell. You don't know how to get clients. And
you don't know where to start.
When I came out of the university as well, I didn't even know how much to charge. I was like, no, that sounds, I don't know, maybe too much. This is too little. I'm not really sure. I don't want to undercut, but I don't want to go over. So it's all a bit, it's
one of the things
strange.
Yeah, one of the things I say in the course is, like, you also start hearing all sorts of different advice of where you should be putting your energy. So, you know, like, you have people like, no, need to have like an SEO strategy, and you need to be part of this organization. And are you volunteering here? And how about your CV? Did you know that they steal your data through your CV? Like, there are just so many things. Like, it becomes so overwhelming. Like, where do I put
it? Is so overwhelming.
Yeah, where do you start? Like, do I build a website first, or where do I have to be focusing? Like, so it's important to find.
So many different pieces of advice, and so many things that really scared me also, I have to admit. I don't know if I've said that like that before, to be honest, but for example, there were also so much around how you need to behave. There's all this, like, it's so easy to get a bad reputation, and, just not just with clients, but within the network of your colleagues and the community. And you feel a little bit scared, and you're kind of tiptoeing, you don't really know what you're doing. And you don't know what you can say and you shouldn't say. And, like, oh my God, it makes you so nervous. It doesn't make you confident at all to go out there. And
also yourself, with handling clients too. Like, I think part of that confidence is so important also, to keep the client happy, to keep the client coming back. And sometimes we think, like, the client, like this entity that is not to be bothered.
The God,
like, you're not going to be asking questions to the clients. You don't want to bother them. But the reality is, you need to form a partnership, and that partnership means that you need to be asking the right questions, also to do your job right, but also to generate this trust with the client.
So yeah, let's talk. I mean, we already addressed some of it, but maybe let's talk a little bit about the different things that you are addressing in your course, because I know there's different modules, right? You can see that here on the screen as
there
well.
you can see it. Nice. Yeah. So first I go into what type of clients are the right clients for you. So I divide two major categories of clients in translation companies and direct clients. And I sort of go into detail. Okay, so what are the advantages and some of the disadvantages maybe of working with these clients, and why it's important also to find the right client, like the right fit for you within these categories, because not everyone wants to be doing certain things for selling. Like if you if you would like to have a portfolio of direct clients, you might need to have a more entrepreneurial spirit, and go out there, go to conferences, talk to people. But if you don't like that, then maybe these other clients are a better fit. And not all clients are created equal. And so I go into detail about that. And then preparing your online presence, what we were talking before, not just selling to clients and go finding them, but also how can they find you, and how can your profile online and everything you have online is a good magnet for attracting the type of clients that you want to attract. And then your CV and your promotional letter. So I go into detail about how to prepare those in the right way.
That's always so scary.
Yeah, I know, and overwhelming too. Yeah. Associations, like a lot of what I talk about is creating these relationships and this networking, but it's really about creating good relationships. And it can be with colleagues, it can be with clients too, but also with colleagues through organizations and associations within the translation and interpreting industry, or it can also be within a particular industry in which you're specialized. But it's really important to participate in associations as in an active way. Try to find a way in which you can contribute to the advancement of these organizations. So that's, in my experience, the best way of creating these relationships.
Because I would completely agree, because it's of course a way as well to get your name out, and to forge those connections like you were talking about, because in the end there's so many translators and interpreters. On the one hand, we always hear things as well how there aren't enough good ones, but at the same time there are many. And of course, if someone has a choice between recommending someone, I mean, how can they recommend someone they don't know? I was going to say recommend someone they know as they recommend someone they don't know. They can only recommend you if they know you, right?
Exactly. And that's a great way of gaining clients, actually. I've had so many amazing colleagues recommend me, and I've recommended so many colleagues throughout the years, so many. That's a fantastic way. You create a great relationship with colleagues, and then you help each other out. That's a fantastic way. And you can do this through these associations, which is great, because not only does it help you advance in your career, but also you're doing something for the greater good of the profession also. You're helping other colleagues maybe starting out or continue to advance their careers as well.
And those associations are usually some that you can just join if you are a translator, right? Or are there other entry requirements that are a bit more where it gets more complicated?
No, you can join the associations. Most of them will have a monthly subscription fee, and then they might have other learning opportunities or networking opportunities. So events, conferences, or even webinars. But anyone can join. I think there are some requirements for obtaining certain certifications. But in order to join, I mean, you can join.
But I mean, you don't need to have a certain level of work experience or something, so that if you're a new translator, you have your degree, you can just join as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that I go into the course too, because when I started out, I saw these associations as, really advanced professionals. I was really intimidated. I thought they were all scholars You know, like the first time I went to one of these conferences, I was like sitting in the corner and like, you know, trying not to talk to anybody. Yeah. I felt like imposter syndrome completely, you know.
Yeah.
But no, the reality is anyone can join. Like, even if you are a student, you can join. And even more, you can like donate your time. You can try to volunteer in one of their initiatives or any of the things that they're working on. If you have time, you can donate that. And that's the best way of forging those relationships.
Okay, fantastic. Because I know in, well, for example, for me in interpreting, there's a very well-known association, AIC, and for them you have to have not just your degree, but you have to have a certain amount of work experience that is certified by certain colleagues and things. So it's a different thing. It's not the same as the other associations, which is a bit of a shame.
So
I mean,
like
I don't want to...
A bit more specialized.
Yes, exactly. So it's a different story. And I know I don't want to go into too much comparison now because this is about translators, but that was just the reason why I asked. So yeah. This is good.
As far as I know, the ones I know and the ones I participate in, they're open to anyone who would want to join who are part of the industry. So
fantastic. Yeah. Okay. And then you said you're also going to talk about how to keep your clients. When you've
so keeping your clients, because this is so important. Like, you put so much effort to find this client, to have this client trust you enough to send you work, and then you want to keep them happy. You want to keep them coming, right? That's like the most important part also.
Exactly. Yeah.
To have them coming back. So yeah, so I go into detail in how can you do that. And it's not just about doing a great job in your translation, you know, which might seem that that's enough, but it might not be enough. And in many cases, it's not enough to do a fantastically accurate translation and you deliver it and that's it. No, you have to forge that trust with the client. So how can you do that? And I go into detail in the course, but some of the things that you can do, for example, are asking the right questions. Making the right comments so that they know that the choices that you made make sense. Or you can even provide some linguistic explanations. I mean, sometimes the clients don't care, but they do care that you care, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
They feel like the project is in the right hands, and that's what you want, you know? And then
you're showing your expertise and that you care.
Exactly. You want the client to be successful in this project. And it's really important to show that, not just to do a good job, because sometimes the clients won't have an in-house reviewer to review your work and praise you on how great the translation is. I mean, that would be ideal. But if they don't have that, which is in most cases, they don't have someone in-house to review this, it is important to show the work that you did. And like, perhaps you were researching something in detail and, you know, share your conclusions with the client. It might be important to show this. And then also that relationship, how can you continue to advance that relationship and solidify that relationship and become a true partner, you know, someone that they can trust and that they can consult with. It's not just about the translation, but it's also about the linguistic and the cultural consultancy.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And so even just talking about to you about this now, it already sounds like there is so much more to translation than just the linguistic side, and so much more extra work as well than just the translation, which is difficult enough in itself. And you know, a big task. I've done some translation work myself, and it is very, very difficult. I mean, all translators know that. We don't need to talk about that almost. But it's just crazy that if you think that you already put all your energy into this to create the best translation you possibly can, and then all of this other work is on top of it as well. And that just shows me as well how important it is to have a course like this, you know, to guide people a little bit, because it is so overwhelming when you have no experience and no training in this area at all.
Yeah, I think that's what I try to do in the course, is like a quick guide, like practical guide of where to start and how to go about, how to navigate it, because it can be kind of overwhelming and too much. But I'm hoping like people who are students or even are working translators can find like things that they can apply right away, you know, like ideas and things that they can take on from the course. That would be the ideal scenario. And that's why I wanted to work on this course too, because it's something that I see it's lacking. I mean, talking with students even now, like when I studied, we didn't see anything about the industry or the business side of things. But I talk with students all the time, tell me they don't see anything. So it's not like most programs don't offer this type of support. So I hope it's useful to people. And the fact that it's free, it's also one of the things that drew me to the project too. It's a way to give back to the translation community, I think.
Exactly. And this is something we like to do at Nimzy anyway, to give back to the translators, the interpreters. And like you said as well, it fits very well with our overall mindset to make things very practical and applicable. So it's not just, some theoretical texts or courses, which can also be nice, of course. But yeah, we want something that people can walk away with and already have something they can implement right away, even if it's just something small. Sometimes a small thing still makes a big difference. So
yeah. Even if someone watches it and can get like a couple of things that they can apply and be successful in selling their services, I will be very happy. So let me know.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that wraps it up actually nicely. I have a much better idea of what this e-learning course is about, why we're doing it, and why it is so successful, because it's already been up on our website a little bit now, and it's one of our most successful courses. Yeah, Marina.
I wanted to add something else.
Yeah, of course.
We do add a bit of humor in the course. So I hope it's entertaining as well, not just information. That was also my goal, like make it a little entertaining and fun, and hopefully funny in some parts. We'll see.
Good. Yeah, because actually, and I think this way it's not just more fun in the moment, but it also sticks better. I think I've read some studies about that, how, because you form a different connection if there's a bit of humor as well. You laugh at some stuff, you smile at some stuff, you like an anecdote will stick in your head. So this is a great teaching approach, not just for in the moment so that you're not falling asleep, but you're actually engaged and you're enjoying it. We've all had that lecturer in college somewhere, right? Someone with a very monotone voice, where you after a while just head going closer to the table. Yeah, I've had that anyway, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you're the complete opposite of that. You have a lot of energy and good stories to tell. So yeah, fantastic.
Hope it's so useful. I really do.
Actually, before we wrap up, I can't really read the comments there right now. There's just a bunch of thank yous directed at you, Marina, I would say.
Hi,
so it's nice to see that people are watching.
Hi, Rosaline. Rosaline has been on my podcast. We interviewed Rosaline. She's great. Hi, Rosaline.
Awesome. All right. Well, Marina, any last words? Or otherwise, I will find some last words.
Some last words. I think it's all about community, community building and relationship building. And that's sort of what the course is about in a way as well. So I hope you get some practical ideas about how to make that happen for you in your career. So those would be my last words.
Fantastic. I feel like you bring all the right skills to the table to provide that. And the course is free on our website for translators and for anyone else who's interested in learning more about the business of translation, of course, but predominantly aimed at translators. So don't hesitate. Go to the Nimzy website. We have a section called Nimzy Learning, and there you will find Marinas Course and many other courses as well, of course. But go check it out. I'm going to take it as well.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. To everyone listening at home, I'll see you next week. And great to have you, Marina. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. This was so fun. Thank you so much.
Bye.